afternoon. As Andrew was mentioning, today basically I would like to share something, okay, about what we have been doing at Kasetsat University. Before we start, we have to get a glimpse idea first about the site and what of our university. We have 60,000 students, okay. 60,000 students is like a whole town, okay. I would probably say that the area we are in right now probably smaller than our university. This conference, the entire conference is smaller than our main conference building. Okay, so in the faculty of business, we call faculty of business of Kasetsat Business School. We have 3,000 students. Okay, 3,000 students, roughly 2,500 undergrad, and then 500 graduate. Okay, but I have become a dean of faculty of business for about a year. Okay, actually last month was completing 1 year. The process of selecting the dean is quite different. I have to get two things. Once I have to get popular vote from a faculty member, and also we have 10 people. Okay, 10 people from various background, from outside, from the board of trustees, and from another 3 persons they get selected from the faculty member. So the process of becoming a dean is quite difficult. So I have to win 10 votes from 10 people, and I have to also get popular vote. So very difficult. Okay, and I come from department that have only 5 people in operation management department. So I mean, very difficult, because if you come from department of accounting, you have like 30 people. You're gonna, no matter how good this person is, but as long as accounting, I work for them. Okay. Now come back to this one. So I have to come up with something different. Okay, in order to manage the business school. Okay, I call the way I do things. We use the concept of what we call the next practice. People were saying, why don't you use the call best practice or whatever good practice? But if you only measure yourself with the best, okay, you can pick any best university, but can you bypass them? Rarely do you bypass them. So the concept of next practice that we do is meaning very simple. We will do something that other business school don't do, but once we do it, we set the standard and then they follow us. And I'll show you what we do. Okay, so the process or the definition of next practice that I would like to share with you, I call it, okay, the process of running business school as running a corporation. Okay, but it's not as easy as corporation, because corporation, if you're a CEO, you're the boss, you can order them to do things. In school, you cannot. Okay, so I have to classify professor into 3 groups. Okay, first group, I would say I would worship them. They have been working for so long. They may become an associate professor or full professor, but very seldom, in Thailand. Okay, for you to become a full professor, because in Thailand, if you become a full professor, you get to be nominated to the king. We have 3,000 professors, okay, 3,000 lecturers, okay, in our university, and another 7,000 supporting staff in Kasetsat University. Only 26 full professors. 26 full professors. See, because very difficult to get in Thailand. Okay, when you are full professor, you rank. Okay, I'm a civil servant. Okay, civil servant. I'm an officer. Okay, I'm carrying governmental passport. I'm an officer in the governmental sector. Okay, we are public. Full professor get rank 10. Okay, they have a governmental system has rank 1 to 11. One minister, only one person who get rank 11. Okay, that's a permanent secretary of permanent secretary of finance department. Let's say something like that. Only one person to get rank 11. In Thailand, full professor rank 10. So that means if you are full professor in Thailand, today you're professor. Yes.
No, they're just like king.
Yeah.
Huh?
Not like king, but today if you're a full professor, maybe next year, okay, if the things go right, you can move to be a
To what?
deputy general in other ministry. The system is quite different. Okay, I have to explain a little bit. So this way you understand how things are. This is only for public university. Okay, but that's seldom happen. Okay, but that's the case. So you will see a lot of, I mean, even though we have a lot of work, I mean, if we have a lot of work in other country, they can probably declare a full professor, but they don't do that in Thailand. Very difficult. Okay, so you will see sometimes president of university in Thailand has a card, say associate professor. One may wonder how come he is president and only associate professor. That's the case. Okay. Now, business school must bring experience the practice of business. Okay. And next, practice business school should start doing something that is different from others. So what do you mean by different? Okay. I'll go to a couple more slides and then I'll let you know. Okay, like I told you earlier, okay, we benchmark with others, and we use the concept of best practice, but then we don't stop there. We go a little higher, a little further, okay, to next practice. So this is my idea of managing business school. Okay, you change the process of teaching and managing a business school. Quality and skill of your student will be judged by the organization. It doesn't matter how good your student is. If outside said your student is good, then that's good enough. Okay. We must ensure that our student can counter complex challenge of today's business practice, okay, because things are changing.
How do they measure good student?
Good student, if my student can think, that's good enough for me. But I'll come back to what do I mean by my student can think. Okay, I'll tell you a little bit, just bear with me a little bit, and you know what I mean. Okay, a business school that can put their emphasis on research would have more opportunity to attract, okay, funding. One may say, okay, this is a, you know, you can say it because easy. But what is more difficult than doing research is to find a research grant. Correct? Okay. I become a dean because in the past 5 years before I become a dean, I bring in 276 million baht, which roughly equivalent to about 10 million US dollar in the past 5 years. Average about 2 million US dollar per year. And that 10 million US dollar, I gave to university 10%. $1 million in cash. 10,000. 10 million, 1 million, right? 10 for $1 million US dollar in cash. Our university has the system like this. If you bring in the research money, no. But you bring in the research money, they cut 10%. 10% of the money that you bring it in. You bring in 100 US dollar, they cut 10%. They give you 90 to do whatever you wish. So that's the system in our university. Okay, you have not that good. But that means okay, this way professor will not go off track, because sometimes professor will like to get funding and they just use the government time, the university time to go out and do their own research. So if we do this, okay, we use this system, we cut 10%, it's legitimate. Okay, my president endorsed Bodin to go out and work for this project. So whatever I do is official. Okay, I'm not just go out and try to get funding and get money from other people. I do research work and then just bring money to my pocket. No, I do this for university. So our university encourage dean to look for money. Okay, if you become a dean, now this is a policy. You need to search for grant. You need to search for money. Okay, we just complete a new building. It cost us 420 million. That's about roughly about 13 or 14 million US dollar. Government gave us 2.5 US dollar, 2.5 million US dollar. The rest 10 million we come out of our own money. and we are public university, and we still have to find money. Okay, so that's the thing. This is how it works.
So you use the money for research?
We use the money for research, correct? So we encourage our professor. Let's say in this room, this is the professor in faculty business. I encourage them to go out and find money. I classify professors into 3 groups. One, they like to teach, so they teach. Another group, they like to do research, then they do research. Another group, they like consulting, they do consulting.
So if each professor brings $10 million, can be D? How that goes?
No. That's different. That's selected. I'm just telling you that this is the process of becoming. So because before I go all the way and tell you all this stuff, I have to convince you that the person, okay, the person who was telling you has to be able to show you that this thing is not a myth. This thing is real. Because the person who stands in front of you have done it. Okay, have done it. I'm talking about next practice. So if I keep talking about something that I just believe or I have never practiced it, then that will be just reading a textbook. I'm just telling you that. I'm standing right here. I'm telling you that 5 years, I raised $10 million. Maybe not a lot, okay, when compared to US standard. Okay?
It is a lot.
But for university in Thailand, hey, this is a world-class research professor to find $2 million on the average per year. Okay, and not only me. Okay, there's a lot of person like this in our university. Not a lot. When I say a lot, but they are quite a good number that they can do this. But before I go to that, let me talk to you about this one. Okay, so a Dean of Business School today not doing or managing day-to-day operation. Most of the dean come in, they manage day-to-day, like operation. My job is not to manage day-to-day operation. My job is basically the only job: get connection, get money, and go out at night, to the party, function, and they invite me.
Spend the money.
Spend the money. Well, sometimes, but my own money. They have to spend my own money. That's of course. But spend my own money. But that's the job, okay? Which is maybe quite different. I'm talking about this is administrative work, right? Not professor work, because you become a dean. Then there's another role of doing stuff, okay? But must put more emphasis on how to find new ways of doing things that other business school does not do. Okay, and I'll show you what do we do. Okay, for example, okay, I started out and telling you that we are changing from teaching and researching university, start doing consulting work, and after consulting work, we partnering with business enterprise, and finally today we run the business. Okay, we run our own business. Who will let us run the business? In the university, there's always a business. There's always a profit center in the university. Very simply, let's say for example, the water bottle, water like that you're drinking every day. Well, you can buy it from somebody else, right? So why don't become water? So our faculty have our own brand of water. Very simple. I'm talking about simple things first, okay? We have other things too. So, you drink water, you buy water from somebody. So why don't you just have your own brand of water? So we have water business running by a group of professors and a group of students. We have students. And then, okay, because we have a demand of 3,000 students. So eventually, each day, you already sell about 3,000 or maybe 4,500 bottles of water per day. But that's not enough demand. So what do you do?
So the money goes to the university or the professors?
To the faculty.
To the faculty that does the...
Right, to our faculty. To our faculty.
Mm-hmm.
So, but 4,500 bottles per day is not enough. So what do? Then we set up what we call KBS shop, Kasesa Business School shop, which is a place that is like a small store, but that sell a lot of stuff, pen, pencil and everything, convenience store. But the logic behind is it's not a convenience store. We do a lot of business, but we need a place for students to come in. It's like a convenience store, but in the sense that they do more than convenience store. They sell water, they sell shirt, they sell everything. Because if you do it virtually, then you have no identity. So we have one place that students can come in, okay, and do the work. So we set up the team. Students can basically acting as a salesperson and try to go out and go to the small, maybe small hot dog stand or small Coca-Cola stand and try to promote our water. So when students belong that study in our faculty go to other building, when they want water, they pick the water that have our own brand. So this to increase the demand. Okay, this one way of doing things. Second, bookstore. Every school has bookstore. So we tell the university, how much you make? You make X amount, we guarantee 10% on top, and we run the bookstore.
Printing, maybe.
No, the bookstore, the store that sell books. Yeah, the store that sell books. Because we have 3,000 students, business book, they sell a lot. Okay, so we offer to university, but we cannot do this alone because the university have to have the same perception too. Okay, but we are faculty in business. If you have business school, if we cannot do business, what can we do?
Kind of business.
Right.
Good example.
Right. So the second example. Third, parking lot. Parking lot.
Parking lot.
Yeah. During the daytime, it's all full up, packed. 6 p.m. we have evening class. Like executive program or the evening program. We have 500 graduates that come during night time. Where can they park? Very difficult. So again, we offer the university 10% on top. After 5 p.m., we take over the parking lot. Like FedEx take over the Memphis airport. Okay. So we guarantee the money. Auditorium. We have lots of auditorium.
Rent out the auditorium.
How much you make? We get 10% on top. We manage the auditorium for you. Okay, this is just example. Okay, but like I said, all this stuff, not everything is complete. Okay, the bottle is complete already. Bookstores almost still in. Right now we do what we call due diligence. We want to check the stock and everything. You know how much things they have. Everything that I have mentioned to you is in the process, okay, of doing things. So this is one way of moving from that's consulting, partnering with business. When you say partnering with business, people, most of the time you just exchange students, do other things, okay. But this one, we basically, let the student do the work and we pay them too, okay. Not a lot, but they get paid, they earn some extra income too.
Do you have a professional, non-faculty helping run the store?
Oh yeah, we do. We hire them. We have in our faculty we have 66 professors, and 56 lecturers, and then we have about 120, 130 supporting staff. So because you don't need the student alone, we have to have someone to basically not really a supervise, and also I would say become like a big brother, big sister, because they have to tag along because students, their intention is not to make money. The intention is to study, and we don't want to get them out of the track. But at the same time, they need to study to do something. And now we start doing other things. Let's say, for example, before I came here a couple of weeks ago, the library said that there we have some activities going on, and then they said that, well, I have a budget probably around $1,000 US. Not a lot, but then they come to our KBS shop, and then they let our student become an organizer to manage it. So the student use that 1,000 to manage it for them. I mean, vice versa. Actually, you can do it by just tell student, okay, I have, this is the budget that you can do this, do that, but that will not be professional. We try to create professionalism. So when the library come in, they have to come to contact at KPS shop at the contact point, and they have the system of basically allocate the work to the student. So this way become more professional, okay, in terms of dealing with other functions in the university. So basically, this is time that we need to consider how a business school should be managed, okay? What holds many business school back is not the lack of good professors or materials that we have been using to teach our students, okay? A lack of imagination to start doing something new. See, the thing is that, you know, well, they always say, professor, you know, those who don't do it, you know, just preach, just teaching. Well, if you're a business professor, at least should you basically get involved with business? It doesn't matter how big the business is. Just small business is okay. Size doesn't matter. But as long as you have been doing it, you have done it, then you know that's good enough for us. So for the young professor, for the young lecturer come in, they can practice the real stuff. You know, freshly graduate with a PhD, never worked before. Where do they get experience? Not like Andrew, he worked for a long time. You know, he retired, so he come to become a professor. That's different. But for the young people, let's say early 30, graduate with a PhD, never worked before, and then what do? I mean, they come and they teach, but they never practice. But if they want to go to industry, they have a PhD, they don't want to work. You know, so how can they do? So we basically let them get involved with all this stuff, so this way they can practice what they have learned. We need the best idea in business. The new breed of business school deliver a new way of managing a business school in order to produce the next century business leader. What things are changing? Okay, the organization structure, everything. You know, it has been here for how many centuries? Right? You guys are president, you know, director, vice president. All this structure has been here for a long time, but things are changing. So how can we basically keep doing the same thing all over again? A business school should be run as a corporation and unbounded business potential and start to prove ourselves by becoming an operator instead of being a consultant. Being a consultant is okay. It's good. But if you can transform yourself, okay, by starting to operate business. I mean, isn't that feel better? When you come out in classroom and you tell executive students who basically sit in there and want to get an MBA, but they have been working for 10 years, 20 years, some their own business. How can they listen to you if you never has experience? So this way, it helps both professor, student, and faculty. Because whatever they do here, we always get a cut. Okay, more or less doesn't matter. We also have done something, another thing that we do. We have our own television station. We are building television station by ourselves. We get outsiders to invest about $1 million for us for free. In exchange, we get a slot that we can basically produce our own television show, television program. This is a cable, satellite television. Okay, they invest everything for us. Okay. So this is the next step that we are dealing with them right now. We have KPS shop. I call it KPS shop, but actually it's about half of this side, but then activity is going on in this shop. Okay. And this is the bookstore that I was telling you about. Okay, we are going to run the bookstore, manage the bookstore. This is what it looks like right now. And hopefully, when we start running, things will look different. Where's the money coming in? There's no money, so we have to find somebody to invest. So my job, to go out, have dinner with people like Andrew, talk to them, convince them to invest the money. Because if I use our money, professor who's sitting here, we start having question mark. What happens if we lose money?
Lose your job.
Oh, see, everybody, what happened? And then So the dean does not want to take a risk. Why bother? Well, I become a dean already, why bother? Right? But if I use other people's money, that's different. Okay? Okay? Actually, yeah.
So what will be the outside practice as a consultant in your institute, like the sharing of the revenue between the
Right.
professor and the school?
Right.
Like 10%, 90%, like how much usually?
Okay. So if this is the case, let's say for example, if one company come in, okay, we cut revenue 10%, we give it to university, the main university, okay, เกษตรศาสตร์. The 90 is up to us. So the 90 is up to us that we will divide it among our partners. Hey, we are business school. See? So this is one example. This is a building. This is a new building. We have a complex, but this is one of the new buildings that I mentioned to you that it costs about 14 million US dollar, 10 story, and then the government only give us 2.5 million US dollar. The rest we have to come out by our own money. This is parking lot I was mentioning to you. Next to it, it just happens next to our factory. So we take over this one. This is the auditorium.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That we are taking over. Okay, not a small auditorium. This is not the biggest one in our university. This is one of them. Just one of them. Okay, it's one of them, one auditorium. Okay, we have a bigger one than this one. This one is just actually this one belongs to Faculty of Humanities. They don't make money. So we said we do it.
Borrow them?
So we said, well, we work across, faculty,
Yeah,
Well,
you
we
should.
don't have to invest, think this way, we have to invest. Okay? We have the place ready. They don't make money, so we come in. Okay? We come in. Actually, maybe we have one. She from Thailand. She know Joe Louis. Actually, they have one performer who perform a lot of what do you call a puppet show, Thai puppet show. Okay, very famous. Okay.
Shadow puppets.
Yeah, the puppet. Actually, okay, they came in. They want to use this auditorium as a home base. I'm the one who talked to them, but sometimes people they think too much. So at the end, they went to another university. Okay,
the same thing.
They took your idea.
yeah, but I'm the one who really initiated. But the faculty, the people who running the auditorium, they think too much. Sometimes they think they think too much. Or when they say they offer the money, and then they say, oh, maybe too little, too small amount, or they worry. I don't want to say they worry. You know what they worry about? They worry about the technician. This is a true story. They worry about technician. What is my technician is going to do? My technician, my janitor. What are they going to do if somebody come and take over the auditorium? This is may look kind of naive, but it's a real story because auditorium has people who basically belong to the university, about 10 of them, and the director who basically in charge of this auditorium said that what happened with my people? I said you don't have to worry. These 10 people will work under contract, but sometimes people think too much, and then in business, in the real life, you cannot just prolong your idea. Once you get it, you just move on. Okay, but this one, I'm not sure whether we will get it or not right now, because if I take it, I still can take it, but if you take it, it becomes a burden, because sometimes I don't have a lot of activities, but right now I may be able to get, I don't know, you go to Thailand, like Singha here, right? Singha, the Singha beer. They will sponsor us. They will set the concert here for us. No charge. So that's the thing, okay? And then the last but not least, right now the business that I want to take over is the hotel business in our university. We have our own hotel, okay, in the university called KU Home. But the university built a hotel, okay, about 10-story hotel, about 150 rooms, something like that, or 200, I don't know.
This is for For what?
For people who come in, for anybody, you can go and rent it.
Oh.
We have a hotel in our university. Okay, so basically people can come in, or if we have expat, we have a visiting professor, they usually stay there, okay, in the hotel. But right now they rent it out, they lease it out to outsiders. And the lease will be expired in about 2 years. And then I will bid with them. I will bid against them. I already talked to the president about this. Okay, I will bid against them. One may say, you have money? Okay. I don't want to be humble, but I can proudly say that I can sign about 15 million US dollar right now. I have cash in reserve under my power. 15 million US dollar as a deal that I can sign. But something that I don't want to do, because if I sign, if something happens, then everybody will
Where that money comes from your research?
no, for everybody helping.
The business.
For the
Campaign.
business, from 10% that add up. From the tuition fee, from everything.
I see, okay.
Yeah, we have that much of money
I see.
on our reserve. And this after we build our building already. I will proudly say we are the richest faculty in Kasetsat University. But
But you're the business school, so you should be.
we should be.
So you as the dean of the business school,
Yes,
do you have a term to serve?
4 years.
Oh, 4 years. So what will happen to the funds generated under your term where you will not be the dean anymore?
Well, the thing is that anybody can come. It's not the money. It's the way of thinking. Okay? But I have to show it to them that I have to show them, they have to create the belief that this thing happened. Because my idea is very provoking in the sense, okay? Some people may think this is crazy. Some people may think it's doable. My job is just to make it happen. See, as a dean, you need to come out with new ideas, generating ideas. Let's say, for example, 5 or 6 things that I have been telling you about this. If I only success for 3 things, that's good enough for me. Okay? But if I just doing the routine work, then I just become the ordinary dean. Just look at all the things. And what's good of that? Then we become a good school. So what? But like I said, we want to be a next practice business school. And I'll give you an example. Okay? You said, okay, why don't you put focusing on academic? Okay? Just only academic work. For Kasetsat University, okay, we are one of the top major university on the first, they call first 5 founder university in Thailand. Okay, we have Chulalongkorn, Thammasat, Mahidol, Kasetsat. Kaset, the word Kaset means agriculture. We was founded as an agriculture university, okay, which is the base of Thailand. But, okay, we are business school. We are new business school, about 18 years old, business school. Actually, we be part of economics for about 70 years or 80 years, okay, faculty of businesses. Because before we have a faculty of economics and business, but they separate into 2 schools. So we consider a young faculty, about 20 years old faculty. Now we said, okay, we want to focus on academic. How can you compete with Chulalongkorn or Thammasat that they have been, established for a long time? Very difficult. Okay, so how can we do it? We have to find a new way. Okay, we have to find new ways that basically Thammasat Chulalongkorn don't do. If just follow that footstep, then we don't go far. We have another one called Sasin, which is a part of Chulalongkorn University. They partner with Kellogg. They partner with Wharton. Okay, you graduate from them, you get a degree from Wharton, Kellogg, and Chulalongkorn and Sasin. How can you beat them? How can you beat them? You cannot beat them. But you do something like this, they don't do it. I can beat them in our own games. Okay? Next year, Babson sent 9 students to stay with us. Babson. I teleconference with that dean quite a bit. Okay? We teleconference, we talk to each other, teleconference. Babson, we sent 9 students to stay with us. But Babson students, when they come to us, they don't come and sit in class. 9 students, they said, actually they were supposed to come this year, but then things happened in Thailand. postpone it. 9 people, 3 persons per team, match with our 5 students per team. So that's about 8 people. They go out, then we match partner with agricultural bank. Agricultural bank will go out and search for cottage industry, or small mom and pop industry, or agriculture industry, or whatever that related to agriculture. Babson will come in and write a case and do the real work, field work, and then do this experience to go back with Babson. Before Babson asks us, before Babson want to charge us the money. Before I'll tell you the story. Because they think that, okay, once they come here, they have more to give. I have to convince them that actually you come here, you get more than you give. Because in the US we have a lot of big corporation cases. What about cottage industry? You don't have it. So why don't you come to micro level and come to Thailand? And this is the gateway of Southeast Asia anyway. So that's the thing. Okay. So enough being said. I think it's about time. Yeah. And this is what I mean by next practice. Okay.
And how do you manage the balance between business and academic?
Okay. Actually, academics have to
In
go.
some universities, the lecturers, focus on doing business, doing research, and seem to pay less attention to the students.
Okay. In our case, okay, that's not happened to us because of the character of the people in our faculty. I'm not saying what I'm doing will fit. This is not a one model fit all. You have to look at the character of the people in your faculty first. But like I said, before we are teaching faculty, we have a small group of the people who basically do research. Okay, I would say this. Okay, we have 66 professors. Only about 10 to 15 professors that answer all the KPI in my entire faculty. So 66, let's say 16 answer all the KPI that was set by Ministry of Education. Let's say, for example, we have to publish in the ISI rank journal, in Scopus or whatever, like that, something like that. I have 16. So I set up what we call a heavyweight team that basically tackle and answer the question that I'm supposed to answer. And the rest, like I said, well, they do what they please. I don't mind, I don't push them too much. I cannot change everybody, but I need a group of army to be able to, tackle all this stuff. And I'm not saying this is easy, I just only tell you the good part. I did not tell you the struggle part, okay? The struggle part, yeah. But I tell you that later or maybe in person. But this is not an easy road, okay? You need a strong support from the top level, okay? From the president, even from the chancellor, okay? And then you can probably ask if you want to know more. You can probably ask because one of our chancellor member is also here today, Kun Chupon, the one you talked to. Yeah. He also one of our trustee committee. So he know what I have been telling you about this.
He would support you.
Yeah, so that's why I say he will support me. But the thing is still, the way I'm thinking is not a normal way of thinking of managing business school. But like I said, we want to be a next practice business school, so we have to think differently. So that's it.
Well,